Hi, today we're going to go over how to create a CMA and use the market condition addendum report. So the first thing I'm going to do is get really familiar with the property that I'm looking at, see if it's been listed before. In this case, this is actually one of our listings, but we'll go through and do a CMA for it. So it's a nice house, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 2 car garage, in fairly good condition, nice landscaping, well maintained. And what we'll do is we'll basically get the specs from the page here. We can see it's a 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 2,900 square feet, 2 car garage, and about 10,000 square foot lot. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I want to do a search of Spokane County and see what similar homes have gone for. And so let me just clear out some of my stats here. And then so we're going to be looking at, in order to get a market overview, we're going to look at active, solds, and pendings. And we're going to be looking for homes that are 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 2 car garage. And we'll continue looking at the stats on the other page here. This home was built in 1990, and so we're going to compare homes that have been built from 1980 to the year 2000. Approximate square footage is 2,900 square feet, so we're going to look at homes up to 3,000 square feet and with a minimum of 2,800 square feet. Lot size will go up to 12,000 square feet and a minimum of 8,000 square feet. And we want to look at the market condition report looks at up to 1 year ago. So today is the August 6th, so we'll say 08, 06, 2009. So what that's going to do for us is that's going to give us 10 active listings, pending listings, and sold listings. And we'll go ahead and search. And so here's what we're looking at. We've got an average sold price of $242,000. This is going to give me a good range for where to price this home at. Then if you come over here to specialty views and market condition addendum, it really breaks this down in a really simple way. Here's what it's showing. It's showing that the current 3-month supply, the average sales price, there's been 4 homes sold, and the average sales price is $252,000. So if we go back to what we currently have the home listed for, we have the home listed now for $247,000. And so we feel pretty comfortable about our price there. Now, if you want to get some neighborhood statistics, you can do something a little bit different. We'll go back to our search. And by the way, this is a really great tool to use because I don't know if it's because of the fact that it has the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac language on here, but it's a really good indication of what's happening in the market. Shows 4 comparable sales in this 3-month cycle. It shows 2 sales in the previous 3-month cycle, and it shows 1 sale in the first 3-month cycle of the last year. Another interesting thing of note is that homes are selling for 97.12% of their final asking price. And so that's fairly significant. Now you can also use this same information here to look at neighborhood statistics. So we're going to go ahead and reduce our criteria here down, and what we'll do is look at the specific neighborhood. So we'll type in the address. And this is 99218. Okay, and so that's our address in the X here. And we can go ahead and pull some neighborhood statistics. Actually, I don't want that. I want to get this neighborhood over here. So okay, so and here's what we have. In the legend here, we're looking at active listings, sold listings, and then pendings. And so what this gives us, we go to instant search here, and it's going to give us some neighborhood statistics. And so what you'll do is select all, go to specialty views, market conditions addendum. So remember, the first thing that we looked at is the MLS as a whole. If we look at the market conditions addendum for the neighborhood, we see that the current average of sales in the neighborhood is at 185,000. So even though we're priced at 247, we can actually see that we're high for the market for the neighborhood for that area. So this is just one of the tools that you can use in establishing your price point. Another thing that I always recommend is you go to the county simple search site and type in the address. This will give you some information about the house. One of the things that I'm looking for is what the tax assessor sees when they look at the area and the home and the comparable sales. And you can see for the 2011 tax year, they're actually trending the value down significantly for the house. So this is just one of the other tools that I use to show homeowners what is happening in terms of the trends. If we come back to the neighborhood search, we can start getting a little bit more specific about what's available in that neighborhood. And what I'll share with the homeowner is their current competition. And so it shows here that in terms of actives, we've got 8 actives in that neighborhood. And what I'll do is show the homeowner from lowest to highest what's currently available that compares with theirs. So I wouldn't say that would necessarily compare to the house that our subject house, but as we go through, I'll pull out properties that might be similar. So for example, it's a little bit different style of house, but you can see the difference between 200,000 and 265 and kind of look at it through the mind of a buyer. So I haven't researched this prior to doing this video, but here's our house. It looks like our house stands out pretty well amongst the competition. So just some of the tools that you can use to gather in your CMA to support a price that you feel will sell the home. Thanks for watching.